Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Nathan. Just want to say good evening, everyone, both East West Coast. Hope you guys are enjoying your day today, right here on Friday. If you guys are also looking forward to the weekend coming up um, for Saturday and Sunday. And for this video tonight, guys, what I want to talk to you guys about today is Bob News updates for the 2nd of April of 2021. We're the second day of April at the end of this week. Next week will be the first full week of April. And for tonight's video, we got three things to talk about today. One is news from London Russell on casting. The other one is from the other two are from SoapOperaDigest.com, and one is about the locker room, and the other one is about Azul Church. So let's get into the first one, guys. This was casting news from the London Russell's one that was announced earlier on today. I think it found it very interesting that I want to share this with you guys. And this says, excuse me. The Young Russell's casting new leading man posted April 2nd. Twitter award on April today, Friday at the end of this week. And it says, a new leading man is headed to Jersey City. The Young Russell's has set a casting call for the contract role for Derek. See Soap Hub's article here. Derek is described as a, quote, white male in his mid-30s, all-American. He's incredibly attractive and physically fit leading man. He's a stable, roughish adventurer. I see it out to be but strong enough to remain at heart and optimism. Tough-minded when he needs to be, yet is there for to show his emotions to get his point across. Sounds good. Do we know this Derek? There have been prior Jersey residents with the name Derek. So is he someone new to us in Jersey, or is a familiar face returning? However, we will have to wait a little longer to find out for sure because Derek's start date isn't expected until later this year. While we wait, let the speculation begin. Who do you think Derek will be? Who will be tied to Jersey City? Who will be his love interest? Sound off. Okay. And next up, guys, SoapOperaDigest.com. This was all about the locker room hosted by Al Locker. Celebrate its first year anniversary today. This one says, SoapOperaDigest.com interview. The locker room marks first anniversary. This is a full interview. But I'm not going to read all of it, just some of it, and the important parts that stand out the most to me. So it says, I want YouTube show The Locker Room, which reunites fan favorites from all across the daytime dial, marks its first anniversary today, April 2nd. Here, The Locker Room reveals how the show came to be and thrived. This was asked by Soap and it says, how did you get subs? Alan replies and answers. I grew up watching Azul Guy, and one of the first resumes that stood out was to the agency. I got out of college and graduated with a bachelor's degree in communications and got a job working for Regis and Kathy Lee. Shortly after I started with them, Disney bought the show and syndicated them and I went to work for Disney. I basically learned PR working for them. For me, when I left Disney, I spent a year in PR agency. I think I might have applied to the agency, and they did have a job, but said they would keep my resume on file. And then Mickey Dyer Dobin came into Procter & Gamble, restructured the marketing department, and that's when I was brought in. Digest. How long were you there? I was there for 12 and a half years, sadly, until the shows were off the air. To be a fan, to be there at the end, and to love those shows and people was unfortunate. On April 1st, when the shows got canceled what everyone hoped was April Fools. I was signed with a lease for a new apartment and was like, okay, should I sign this lease? And my husband said, yes, we should. What did you do next? I went to all location tours when I was a senior director, PR marketing and sales. It's a TV and movie tour company in New York City. It takes people around New York City and shows them where TV shows and movies have been filmed. The Sex and the City and Gossip Girls tours were big. and then the pandemic hit 2020. What'd you do next? My last day of work was March 20th, and it was actually April 1st, and I was watching so much news. I was looking at Instagram to see people doing these great Instagram live interviews, and thought, quote, maybe I should do something. Tomorrow is Azul Church's anniversary, and maybe I'll call a few people and see if anyone's interested to cheer people up. There was just something that hit me with the anniversary that everyone was home at the same time, and a lot of World Church fans and Guiding Light fans hadn't seen these actors in 10 years at the time. And Michael Park, ex-Jack at Azul Church, was the first person I called. He said, quote, whatever you want, because he knew that the cast of Dear Evan Hansen had just done something on a streaming platform. He said, quote, why don't you see if there's something we could do on a streaming platform so we can have more than just me? And that's basically how it began. I just called people and they were all on board. It really kept going from there. My intent was to do people I knew just because it was easier. And then as daytime fans were finding the show, they were asking me to do other shows that I hadn't worked on. Here I was. I was home and the whole world was locked down. I just kept producing more and more, and it kept growing from there. I think it was the perfect timing in that everyone was in the same boat. Many people were disconnected from their families because of what was happening in the world, and here they were, able to connect with their daytime families that they love. You look at the early shows, I didn't know what I was doing. I had never hosted a streaming show, and it's just been a great opportunity, and I'm just so thankful to Michael, and I'm thankful to the fans. It's taught me a lot. And so from there, guys, the interview continues, but you guys will watch, and so you guys can read the rest of the interview right here on SoapOperaDigest.com. And I think you guys will enjoy it, and I think you guys will like it too. And last but least, guys, the last one, honoring Azul World Church 65 years ago when the first episode came on the air. Actually, actually, it was yesterday, but today, remember Azul World Church for what it was. And SoapOperaDigest.com posted on April 2nd, 2021, 12:32 p.m. this afternoon has pictures mostly of Azul throughout the years. 15 of them. One of them features Johnny Riley, who passed away a couple months ago, who was on Azul Church for Cambridge General Hospital and played Dan Stewart. And then also the picture there's I can't believe I forgot her name already, but she played Kim Hughes on Azul Turns. And also there is Helen Wagner's Nancy and Don McLaughlin's Chris. Chris and Nancy Hughes, the first family of the show. Next up, Jeff, played by Mark Riddle, and Penny, played by Rosemary Pins, tied the knot. Elaine Fulton as Lisa was with Bob when they were first together in 1960. And so on and so forth. You guys check that out too. So let's go through this from beginning to end, first to last, top to bottom. And the first one, I think that for this casting, they like to a lot of names like Derek, Trip, Joe, John, whatever, and those are hints of characters of who to come. I think for this one, for Derek, I could see it being maybe Chance is coming back to Genoa City because right now he's on assignment for something very important, very big, while Abigail's wife is still trying to go through the process of having this baby, and her options are starting to run out, and that's where Devon and Mariah are coming to the mix. And I'm not really a big fan of the storyline because I think that for Devon, he needs to keep himself out of this and focus on his brother Moses, who came on the show the other day. Also, his other family too, the Winters family, and I think that for Chance, he has to come back at some point this year because the story. I felt that when Danny Boaz left, they could have just brought back Melissa Ordway's son, not son, excuse me, but husband, Justin Gatson, who was perfect as Chance. I thought he did great as Chance, and two of them The two of them look good together, and they could have brought him back as Chance, but no, I guess they wanted to hold off on it until later on this year, whatever that may be. But hopefully by that time, Abby and Chance are reunited and are with their child together. So we'll see how with that moving forward. As far as the actor who might play Chance, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind Dan Boaz, but at the same time, for him, his social media filled with Trumpism and stuff like that, I'm not interested. Justin Gadsden, if he's available, I wouldn't mind that as well. So we'll see how it's way forward. Next up, Alan Lautner marks first anniversary for The Locker Room. What can I say? This guy is amazing. He's incredible. He has been able to get everyone from all these soap operas and other places, artists as well, for this special occasions, with the special occasions of hosting live streaming shows where he interviews each of them, and they talk about their careers, where they got the first start, and so on and so forth. And I've just been enjoying it. I'm glad he's still doing it to this very day. So, to Mr. Alan Lautner, thank you all for all you've done, and I look forward to seeing more content on your channel. I have not seen the past couple of live streams, but I did see the one he had with that featured a tribute show of Andrew Nixon, the creator of All My Children Wanted to Live, that featured Susan Lucci, Peter Bergman, Darnell Williams, Debbie Morgan, and Erica Cieslak, Robert Nixon, and Andrew's sons, and also I think someone else I can't think of right now, but that may be it though. But that was a tremendous tribute. I loved it. It was great to hear all of them talk about Angus Nixon and the type of woman she was to all of them, and to and those who knew her best. So with that, let's go to the last one. Memory Oswald Turns. This week we celebrate the debut of Oswald Turns, which came on the air 65 years ago. And ever since then, the show really has just it's a shame the show is not on the air anymore, but who knows? The show may come back at some point if maybe the talk gets canceled or something else happens. But for Oswald Turns, it had so many great moments from beginning to end, and I'm gonna miss. I still miss the cast and crew of the show ever since I first started watching it back in 1997 when I first started watching soap operas. And it's a shame it's not on the air anymore, but I will always remember the memories and the moments, of storylines that captivated me as a viewer of the show. But so we also guys think about this. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you more neutral about the Young Russell's casting news for Derek? Who do you think it is? Also, the Locker Room Bar's first anniversary. Tell me your favorite memory of any live streaming show that Alan Lautner has hosted on his YouTube channel, The Locker Room. Also, what are your favorite memories and moments of As the World Turns? And I will see all you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Be safe out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I am out.